Most of you have probably seen the flower bracelet. Oh wow, that's a lot of them. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make it today. Okay, here are some of the supplies you will need. You will need yellow and white seed beads, elastic stretchy string, a very thin needle, nail polish and clasps, and these little claspy type things. Here's what they look like. And of course, you will need scissors. I was trying to be cool with this transition. I personally like to use a dish. You don't have to, it's optional. But first we're going to scoop our yellow, which is going to be our petals, and white for the center of our flower. And I'm going to take some of this bluish green for the leaf part. And it's totally okay if you don't want to do this because sometimes they might mix up together. Okay, we're going to grab a ruler, even if it's a Dr. Seuss one, and we're going to measure about 16 inches of our string. We are going to take our clasps here, and we're going to take our string, and we are going to knot it towards the end twice. So just do a simple shoelace knot, and then do it again in the same exact spot. Once you are done knotting, we're going to take our clasps. They're like, we'll call them a rounded clasps. And there is a hole at the bottom of them. Please someone list the name in the comments. We are going to be putting them on the string facing the way I'm doing it. So that way the knot should be right at the end of it. And then we're going to grab our nail polish. This is where it comes handy. You got to shake it up first a little bit. And make sure not to get a huge glob of it. But we're going to take the applicator and we're just going to rub it on the knot and around the rim to make sure it sticks together because we are going to be closing up this clasp. I will show you here in just a minute. See? We're going to close it up like that. Then we're going to grab our scissors and we are going to cut that little tail off. Just like that. Next, we are going to grab the circular clasp. I usually use pliers for this, but I don't have any right now, so I'm just going to pry them open with my fingers. It's not that hard. Just be careful not to hurt yourself. And we're going to put it through the top holes of the rounded clasp. And we're just going to tighten it with our fingers again. And that is that part. This is the particular part where we use a needle, and we're going to open that up. I'm using a very thin needle, which is one that is recommended. You can definitely use a bead spinner needle as well. And so first we're going to start off with our little leaf bead that's going to represent the leaf. So we're just going to put it right there. Okay, now we are going to put 4 yellow beads, seed beads, which are going to be our petals. So you just want to put them on there. Okay, now watch very closely. We are going to take our white bead and put it on after all of the 4 petals. Poof, magically our dish is back. Okay, but first we're going to take our first petal, just our first petal, down to the bottom of our bracelet. And we are going to put our needle back into it. Then we're going to pull it tight. Make sure all of the beads come off of your needle. And go onto the string. And see, you have half of a flower. I am doing these 6 petal flowers because I prefer the way that they look. But you can do the 7 petal as well. This is where we are going to be finishing our first flower. So we put 2 more petal beads on. And we go into the one where I'm pointing at, right into there. And we're just going to pull through all the way. And look, we have a cute little flower. It's a little daisy. How adorable does that look? And don't worry if it's not as tight. Now we're going to put on a green leaf. This represents as one, just like I said. just to spaced out. And I will show you guys the flower one more time, just in case you didn't catch it. So first we put our petal on. Sorry, this is taking me forever, so I will speed this up. So remember, 4 petal beads and 1 center. Pull that down. Whoops, flying away from me. Okay, and we're gonna put it in our needle, stick it in with our other beads still on the needle. And then we're gonna pull them on off. And then you're gonna have half a flower. Looks so cute so far. And then we're gonna take 2 more yellow seed beads as our petals. I'm just gonna put them on there. It's taking me forever. Okay, then we are going to put it through that one petal. You can see that that one petal that you can see I'm doing, and pull out. And there you go. That is how you make the flowers. Repeat the same process until you have wrist length of a bracelet. It is getting darker outside, but I did finish my bracelet. And now I'm going to show you how to apply the clasps at the end. So first we're going to put it on like this, the rounded one, backwards instead. And we're going to tie those 2 same shoelace knots that we did at the beginning. So just do those 2 same shoelace knots and pull them down to be tighter on the rounded clasp. Alrighty, now that we're finished, let's get our nail polish. And we're just gonna do the same as before. We're gonna nail polish the knot and then nail polish the edges of our rounded clasp so that way it'll stick and it'll be guaranteed not to break. Close the clasp, rounded one, and we are going to cut off that little string, little tail, and there we have it. Then we are going to take our circular clasp and we are going to pry it open with our fingers. It's not really that hard, honestly. And now we are going to take the little clip that clips onto the other ring so that way it closes. And we're just going to do the same by putting it in the top 2 holes and closing it up with our fingers. And make sure that it clips open and is working good before you put all your supplies away. And clasp it together. And we did it! We made a beautiful daisy flower bracelet. I mean, look at how gorgeous this is. As I said in the beginning of this video, you can also make it without a clasp. And here is how it looks. I think these turned out marvelous, and I hope you enjoyed making them. You can also make them in other colors too. Thank you for watching. Bye!